Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-April 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Leos out there. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My gods, talk to me. What do we got for these beautiful Leos in mid-April, please and thank you? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Leo in mid-April. Let's see how the energies are moving and shaking for you, my friends. Let's go. Talk to me, my gods. What do we got for Leo? Quick, very, very quick. Oh, we got our good friend here with the awesome haircut. Looking back on something. Now, remember, these cards don't always have to represent you. This does have a link to the past because it's Six of Cups type of energy. There's also links to entertaining yourself as well. So we'll get into that momentarily. Before we do, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit about this card. So we see our stylish friend here with that awesome haircut. That's always the first thing that pops out to me for some reason. And it looks like he's behind a film projector looking at this image of a lady. And I always like to mention that the image that he's looking at is actually another card in this oracle deck. And they're both like kind of reflecting, thinking about each other. So for some Leos, there might be a very specific individual on your mind. You might be on someone else's mind as well. This could be a very simplistic message right here up front. But to me, this is a very reminiscent type of energy. So just know in the coming days and weeks, you might be thinking back on the good times, the bad times, whatever times. You might just be taking trips down memory lane here, whether it's by yourself or whether it's a conversation like, oh, do you remember when this happened? I just feel a lot of reminiscent type of energy. Now, if it's nothing like that, if you're not thinking about no one, you don't think anyone's thinking about you, this card could literally just represent entertainment. Notice that this person is watching a film of some sort. So there could be something around that. Maybe spirits want you to enjoy yourself, have fun, pick up a hobby, or entertain yourself in one way or another. Hopefully you're not feeling bored, okay? That's another thing I always pick up with this card. But we're just going to put him down right there. He could chill. He could watch his movie while we continue the reading. Let's get into tarot now. And I always say this first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time for the lovely Leos. See what we have for you here. My guides, talk to me. And while we shuffle and get ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. I will say this, the last couple of weeks, there's been some bumps in the road in the Leo energy for whatever reason. Now, last week's did seem like it was focused on somebody else. The reading was titled They Are Mad, okay? Or it could have gone either way. Maybe there was a time you lost your temper in recent days and weeks, or maybe someone got on your bad side, or there was just someone feeling a little bitter. We're going to see what we have for you this week, though. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you. Because, I mean, you know how it goes. Let's go. What do we got? We could be seeing your vibe or someone else completely. All right, tarot's funny like that. Let's get it going. No, 3 cards. What do we got for Leo here? All right. Moving forward with something that's a good card for like travel, taking trips, or things getting better. So hopefully you're seeing improvement in an area of life when we have this 6 of Swords. It's just like moving forward, and I like having it there in the first position. Oh, we got a card of offers and opportunities. We got the Sword of Truth, the Ace of Swords in position number 2. So yeah, there's a lot of mental energy showing up here in the front end. Lots of thinking, think. Okay, what do we got? All swords. All right, we have the Knight of Swords here. Wow. So there is a really, really strong presence of air energy in your reading this week, Leo. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance over here in the box, obviously I already mentioned, we have one element showing up here. Now, generally in a reading, I like when there's a mixture of elements that play off each other. And we could possibly see that when we start clarifying. But as a lot of you may already know, swords, they represent the realm of communication, but also the mind, a lot of thinking. And even going back to our stylish friend back here, he's reminiscing, but that is kind of linked into the thought process. So that's one thing. Another thing I'm seeing here, there's a lot of action, lots of movement, lots of action. In this time, yeah, watch for racing thoughts, racing mind, a little anxiety. Remember, this could be someone else that's in their head. But let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out, because I'm not seeing like completely rough things. Swords could just be a little cold sometimes, so take that however it hits. But position number one, we have the Six of Swords. As I already mentioned when it popped out, this is a card that could represent distance. It could represent travel, taking a trip, taking a vacation. So maybe some of you are in that mode, planning a trip or a vacation. Obviously, it doesn't have to just be that. When I see this card, I think of coming out of choppy waters into the cool, calm, collected type of energy. So this could be really good for things improving or good things coming towards you. So I can't wait to clarify this and see what it's about. Now, I always like to mention that every single card is a double-edged sword, right? Literally, as we have all these swords. A rougher aspect of this Six of Swords, it could be abandonment in one way or another, like feeling like you've been left in the dust or leaving something behind. In another rough case, this card could represent somebody you might feel they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, right? They're not handling responsibility the way they should be. But remember, I always see this as improvement first and foremost. I'm not going to read it as a negative until a clarifier shows me otherwise. Now, moving to the center, we have the Sword of Truth. Beautiful. Now, I love whenever there's any ace within a spread, and the Ace of Swords is a little different than the others. Once again, it could speak about the mindset, what's on someone's mind, how they're thinking. The Sword of Truth could also represent communication literally, so whether it's messages or a talk of some sort, we'll get more detail on it. But when I see any ace, I always say it's an offer, it's an opportunity. The Sword of Truth is very honest, straightforward, no games, no nonsense, no BS. It could often show up in times where you're trimming certain things out of your life, okay? Whether it is habits, whether it is behaviors, or even people. This is like cutting things out whenever it shows up. I mean, not always. We'll just see what shows up. Now, the harsh side of the Sword of Truth, like I already mentioned, it could be a cold energy. Okay, so hopefully you're not dealing with somebody that's a little heartless, a little cold, and we'll get all the detail we can on that. In its most positive sense, with all this action, you could be moving towards a really great opportunity or an offer's coming towards you, which would be best case scenario. Moving to the back end, we have the Knight of Swords. And this card I always find intriguing because it could be an air sign you're connected to. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It is one of the fastest moving cards in the whole entire deck. So similar to the Chariot in that way. It could also represent distance and travel and transportation, things of that sort. But it is moving towards something like a rocket. It's taking action. It's making moves. So this is a huge card of someone making a move or taking an action. Okay, could it be linked into this other stuff? Absolutely. Could it be something else? Of course. Now, what can I say about this Knight of Swords as well? The inverse message of this card, it could be someone that is aggressive. This could represent somebody who is like extremely aggressive, confrontational. I see this card, sometimes it could be fights of some sort. So watch out, and this time maybe you're feeling a little more aggressive than normal, or this is just somebody you're dealing with that's like ruffling your feathers. But we'll see. I feel like for a lot of you, this could go like either really, really good, or there might be some warnings to be had. I want to dive deeper on all of it, Leo. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. Let's see what's up. Guides, talk to me. What do we got for the lovely Leos mid-April? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Six of Swords. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Leo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Six of Swords. What's this action? What is this action here? There we go. Okay. Wow. All right, my friends, you got something really big on the horizon. You have something huge on the horizon, on the precipice, however you want to say it. We have the Ten of Cups underneath this Six of Swords. Now, for some of you, you could be making a decision to do something that you know will bring you happiness and joy, or something that you feel is going to move your life in a good direction. I do feel for a portion of you, it's just deciding to do what's right for you in one way or another. I feel like that could be a very simplistic message. Like, I just want to be happy. I'm going to do what makes me happy. I'm going to go where I feel valued and loved. That's an interesting energy we're picking up here. But when I see the Ten of Cups, I think of everything. I think of this card as like massive wins and victories, okay? Now, this card could represent the home, the family. You see the imagery here. It is wish fulfillment. So when I see it here, the Six of Swords with this, if you're not purposely moving in a direction that you know will make you happy, this could be coming towards you, hopefully in a magnetic way. Now, remember, we have action coming in on the back end. So you could be very much magnetic in this time, drawing these energies to you. Now is a great time for any Leo to manifest, but I do feel for a portion of you, you might just be making a decision or a choice to just do what you feel is right. Okay, take that however it hits, but that's what's just showing up here. And if we were to keep it generalized, I do feel for a lot of you with the Six of Swords and the Ten of Cups, you might get a result that you've been wanting. Okay, whether that is in the realm of interpersonal relationships or otherwise. Another thing I want to mention, so far with the Swords and the Cups here, this is all internal energy. We don't have a lot of cards of the outer world, so just know you might be a little intense on the inside in this time. Let's move over to the Ace of Swords. Let's see what the Sword of Truth has to say. Because if it tells us more good stuff is coming, then, I mean, circle your calendar. You might have a really interesting next few weeks. So let's see why the Ace of Swords is here. Why is this Ace of Swords here? Thank you. Yeah, saw a very, very similar thing in the Aries reading. Okay, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, for a lot of you, there could be a huge offer or opportunity coming in for you. Now, I like what I'm seeing here now, because now we're seeing different aspects of life, where here it could be personal connections, friendships, those you surround yourself with. Here, this could be financial, which is really nice. The Five of Cups in reverse underneath this Ace of Swords. A lot of you could be just trying to get your mind right in this time as well, where it's like, okay, I'm going to focus on what I want, or I'm going to focus on the positive. I'm not going to focus on the negative. But with this Ace of Swords, the offer and opportunity with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, this is the best way we want to receive this card. Now, if it was in the upright, that would be a totally different story. In the upright, this could be feelings of loneliness, feelings of abandonment. This card could sometimes represent money issues and stuff like that. So in the reverse, this is things improving and getting better. And once again, I do see this focus for a lot of Leos, where it's like, okay, well, I'm cutting all negativity out of my life, whatever form that comes in. And we saw it here in the beginning. I'm moving towards what makes me happy, and I'm going to cut out anything that I see as a form of negativity, whether that be a habit, whether that be a behavior, toxic work situation, or even a person. I feel like a lot of you are in that mindset where it's like, all right, I'm not messing around anymore. I'm not playing games. That's just the energy here. You might just not have the energy for it. Let's keep moving forward to the Knight of Swords, because we're going to see what this action is. Because for a lot of you, yeah, this could just be your mindset. This is a very in-depth type of reading this week, Leo. So let's see why that Knight of Swords is here. And we'll do our recap before we get into the shadow card. I mean, overall, I would say I really like this. I really do like this energy, especially if you have possible wins and opportunities and offers coming your way. Oh, wow. Okay. So if a lot of what I was saying in the reading was hitting, I feel you taking big action on it. Okay, for sure. And even if what I was saying wasn't even hitting for you, there's someone that's going to make some sort of big move. And I feel like it could be towards you. And one thing I will say, the way the energy is flowing, I always like to see how the energy flows in a spread. It's like we have some flowing this way, some flowing that way. So there is like a meeting in the middle of the energy, which I do like. We have the Four of Swords in reverse underneath this Knight of Swords. Like, yeah, break time over. Okay, or if you've been taking it easy, if you've been taking it slow, if you've been hands off in regards to anything, when I see the Knight of Swords with this Four of Swords, it's like, yeah, break time's over. Here, like, here I come, here it comes type of energy. So I would expect somebody to make some big moves here. So whether it's you doing the things that I was already explaining, or just someone coming towards you, there's some massive action here. And I'd say I like it more than I don't. Okay, I'm not getting anything that's like, oh, watch out for this, be warned about this, Leo. So far, so good for the most part. It just feels like and with the 5 of the 6 cards being internal energies, just know that there could be a lot that you're processing here. but you might act on it. Somebody might act on something, okay, especially with all this internal energy. And it's kind of like there's been a buildup, if that makes sense. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card for you, my friends. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, probably the best alignment of this whole entire spread. We have the 6 of Swords with the 10 of Cups. Beautiful. A lot of you do have some sort of win or blessing coming your way. It's absolutely lovely. Very emotionally tapped in. And I did also say a lot of Leos in this time, you could be deciding to look at things in a more optimistic way, or just moving towards what truly makes you happy, whether that be a person or otherwise. Whatever true happiness is to you, it's like, I just want to be happy, and I'm going to move that way. Moving into the center, we have the Ace of Swords with the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. There could be a massive offer coming in for a lot of you. We have this nice little mixture where we have the emotional, we have possible financial. There could be an uptick in money for some of you. But a big thing I see here with the Ace of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, if it's not an offer or an opportunity, it's cutting out things that you feel are negatives or drains on you in this time. So just know, focus on the positive, cutting out anything negative, however that hits. Now on the back end, we have the Knight of Swords with the 4 of Swords in reverse. Someone's getting ready to make a big move. So whether it's you acting on these energies here, or it's somebody moving towards you, it's like massive energy of action where it's like, yeah, not waiting around, no more break time. There's just a lot of movable type of energy here, Leo. So please take a screenshot of that, my friends. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. Okay, shuffle it up here. What do we got for Leo in the shadows? And yes, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end because I just want to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards are very intriguing to me. So let's get you one. What do we got for Leo, please? And yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love and appreciation for all my members. I really do. All right, shadow time. What do we got for the Leos here? What is in the shadows for my friends? Quick. Very first shuffle here, and we have the 10 of Wands in the shadows. So you might be having difficulty with something, even if you're not letting it on or letting anybody know about. Whether this is an emotional thing, whether this is like a mental thing or an internal thing. The 10 of Wands is a burden of some sort. So like I'm saying, yeah, there could be something you're internalizing or something that is a little more difficult than you expected it to be when the 10 of Wands is here. Now, this card can be very good for determination. This could represent, especially as a shadow card, you being the type of individual where when your mind is set on something, you are not going to quit. You are not going to stop. This is very good in that sense, but the 10 of Wands is very heavy. So there is something that either you're working through or that you need to put down in one way or another. Like, listen, I got to put this down for a second. It's just giving me that vibe. 10 of Wands could also be a little bit of a warning from Spirit, like make sure you're taking care of yourself, your health. Okay, because this card can represent specifically areas like the neck, back, and spine. So you might need a little massage, my friends, when this card is in the shadows. But yeah, Leo, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The April subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you could check out my digital calendar and schedule at mastermetaphysics.com. And if you got your name in for the March subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced on April 1st. But for the April subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot in Wonderland. It's one of my favorite decks. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, if you had to switch your zodiac sign, which sign would you choose to be out of the whole 12? So if you do that, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. And I'll see you soon.